for the first time since 1974 as they win it 4-1.
Isn't this romantic?
On your path to success, reach for America's strongest financial helping hand, Citicorp and Citibank. More American families own their own homes and attend college with our help, and more get what they want with MasterCard and Visa cards from Citibank than from any other company. We also serve millions of customers in every major marketplace worldwide. Citicorp, because Americans want to succeed, not just survive.
Chevrolet has been a part of more families than anyone. That's because Chevrolet offers more ways to move your family than anyone.
More Americans get their news from ABC News, and Peter Jennings is one of the reasons why. At home, the very best of the TV newsmen. On politics, Peter Jennings really won the debate. Overseas, the only anchorman who deserves a trench coat. World News Tonight with Peter Jennings, weeknights. ABC News, America's choice.
Yesterday, the Mets slid around the base paths and the Dodgers were called out. Now New York has the series lead, but LA looks to get even in Game 4 tonight on ABC Sports.
The Oakland A's are the American League champions. Let's go down to the clubhouse. Here's Reggie Jackson.
Thank you very much, Gary. As you see, pennant fever, and they're certainly celebrating inside the clubhouse here. The fans enjoying themselves outside. It is typical World Series atmosphere inside. They're throwing champagne all over. Guys are being hugged, throwing things around. It is sheer pandemonium and absolute excitement. Just the joy and the feeling of experiencing the World Series. They have won the American League pennant, and they are having an absolute wonderful time. I think they've already gone through about 30 or 40 cases of champagne already. Guys have already had their champagne showers, and I'm about to get one also. Thanks to Jimmy LaFever. That's one of the reasons. That is one of the reasons I wore my old clothes today, pair of beat-up pants, because I had a feeling that I was going to get sprayed with some champagne. I've got my towel in my hand, and that stuff gets in your eyes. It burns, but they're having a good time. McGuire, Dave Duncan, Dave Stewart, Artie Lansford. They are having a fabulous time. Davey Henderson, come over here. Come here, X. Congratulations. Another fabulous effort. I'm going to hold on to my towel right here. What a year. What a year, huh? You have been named the most valuable player, Dennis Eckersley, 4 saves in the World Series, setting a record. Dave Justy had 3, and you've been named the Chevrolet Major League most valuable player for the American League Championship playoffs.
It's the best I ever felt in my life. Do you ever think this would happen to me? Last year.
With me, the marketing manager of the West of the Chevrolet Motor Division, Ron Daniels. The presentation of the trophy of the Heartbeat of America.
Good. On behalf of Chevrolet and 5,000 Chevrolet dealers, congratulations, Dennis. Thank you. Most valuable player. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll cherish it the rest of my life. Good. Thank you. Thanks, Chevrolet.
Absolutely beautiful job. I want you to know that I'm a Chevy dealer, so part of that's from me. Nice going, big guy. Tell me about your experience.
Well, I'll tell you what, today I was glad it's a 3-run lead because I didn't really have a lot. And I walked the first guy, that's unlike me. But this series means a lot to me because I was paranoid the whole series going back to Boston. I have a lot of my heart is still there, and I feel sorry for the Red Sox because I know how that feels, the other end of it, and I want to say that. But, man, I feel great.
How much of a chance did you think you had to win the Most Valuable Player award? Canseco had a chance, McGuire, Walt Weiss, Dave Stewart.
everybody had an opportunity to win that trophy.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, thank God. I mean, this is my series. I guess it's kind of my year. I hope it continues to the World Series. Can't forget Stu. Stu had a hell of a year, too. Had a hell of a series.
You guys had a great year. Just seemed like to be the year of the Oakland A. Let's take a look over to the other clubhouse with the Boston Red Sox with Mike Berry.
All right, Reggie, we are here in the Boston clubhouse with Red Sox skipper Joe Morgan. And Joe, you started off at mid-season. You were 9 games back. You really went like a house of fire. Now, all of a sudden, after winning the toughest division in baseball, your season is all over. Is the blow any softer because it all happened so quickly?
Well, it's over, but we lost to the best club in this league, I can tell you that. They're sound all the way around. And we gave them a pretty good run for their money.
Joe, in Game 2, you were up 2-0. In Game 3, 5-0. You had them on the ropes, but you couldn't deliver the knockout punch. Any reason you can point to why?
Well, not really. They got good pitching, though. It's tough getting a lot of runs off good pitching. 2-0 isn't a big league, but, you know, they're sound, baby.
All right, Joe, thank you very much. I know the hearts are low over here, but the heads are high. Let's go back to the Oakland clubhouse and Reggie Jackson. Reggie?
Thank you very much, Mike. With me, the man of the hour, one of the men of the hour, I should say, Dave Stewart. Dave, you were telling me you didn't think the Red Sox had a chance today.
Well, I felt real good going out, and I pitched in a lot of situations such as today this season, and I just felt good. I felt from the first pitch that I was going to have the edge.
You know, in watching you get prepared for today's ball game, I was in the clubhouse when you came in. You seem to have a quiet determination about you that wants to prove that Dave Stewart is something special, as you showed today.
Well, you know, there are a lot of people out there who just haven't had a chance to see me pitch. You know, they look at statistics and they think that everything is a fluke. You know, I'm real relaxed about what I do. I've learned through watching veterans as yourself, Davey Lopes, Reggie Smith, Dusty Baker, about how to go about your business, and you know, I've learned my lesson well, and it's helped me on the mound.
Looks like you still got that hard look on your face. You're going to have a good time with the guys and bust some champagne?
I'm going to have some fun. You know, it's just, you know, the tempo has been so upbeat, you know, the 4 games that I just haven't quite gotten to that relaxed stage yet, but I'm enjoying it.
Thank you very much, and congratulations. Here's the big guy, Jose. Absolutely fantastic. I can say nothing that anyone else has not already said. My conversation would be full of superlatives. Great going.
Thank you. Like I was talking in Boston, I thought we'd go in there, and if we took 2 games, I knew they've had a lot of difficulties playing at Oakland during the whole year. We've out-hit them here. We've out-pitched them here. And, you know, we came with a great advantage, and I had a great feeling that we were going to sweep it here.
You know, the home run that you hit off Bruce Hurst early in the ball game today, last night it looked like you were trying to pull the ball, maybe trying to hit a home run last night, but today you stayed on the ball, drove the ball to your power field. Were you doing something different today?
That's one thing I've learned as a hitter. Basically, you have to take every pitcher different. You have to adjust not just per at bat for every pitch. Bruce Hurst tried to work me away. He tried to work me in. And basically, the home run I hit was a good pitch. It was down and in a little bit, and I sort of muscled the ball to right center.
You seem to be having the kind of year that the Oakland A's are having, just super at any time in every ball game. Let's go back upstairs with Gary Bender and Joe Morgan. Reggie, thank you very much. Congratulations to the Oakland A's. Joe, your final thoughts.
Well, I think Jose Canseco could have easily been the most valuable player in the championship series as well, because he got him off to a good start. He hit the 2 home runs in Boston, and those were 2 very crucial games. But I guess pitching is the name of the playoffs, and Dennis Eckersley was on top of his game.
And so I guess the question I'll ask you is, how good are these Oakland A's?
Well, they've taken that step down the road of greatness. They swept the Boston Red Sox. Now let's see what they do in the World Series.
They'll await, of course, the outcome of the Mets and Dodgers series, led right now by the Mets 2-1. Once again, the final score, the Oakland A's 4, the Boston Red Sox 1. For Reggie Jackson and Joe Morgan, our statistician George Hill, glad you could be with us. As tonight on ABC Sports, baseball excitement continues as the Los Angeles Dodgers battle the New York Mets in Game 4 of the National League Championship Series. And Saturday on ABC's College Football, the Washington Huskies tackle the Trojans of Southern Cal, or the Michigan Wolverines meet the Iowa Hawkeyes. Check local listings for the game in your area. Stay tuned for World News Sunday. The blimp provided by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company.
The American League Championship Series has been brought to you by the Heartbeat of America, Today Chevrolet, by Bud Light, everything else is just alike, and by the U.S. Armed Forces. It's a great place to start. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.
A promotional fee has been paid to ABC by United Airlines, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies.
It was the cop show. Tough, original, real. And now, it's back in all new 2-hour movies. Police Story.
Cop Killer premieres Saturday, October 29th on Police Story.
Coming up on Eyewitness News, angry homeowners take to the street and time finally running out for the Senator Hotel.
We'll tell you if anyone hit the lotto jackpot, and the U.S. Navy is coming to town.
Those reports and more next on Eyewitness News.
Channel 10's Dwight Lauderdale, Crime Stopper.
Channel 10 is committed to helping South Florida catch the bad guys. So now, our weekly Eyewitness News Crime Stopper segment joins Eye on Crime, your weapons in the fight against crime.
Through Crime Stoppers, 5,300 cases have been made. More than $40 million in property and narcotics seized. Call 326-TIPS. Your anonymous leads could be worth $1,000. Crime Stoppers starts Monday at 6, only on Channel 10 Eyewitness News.
Channel 10, WPLG, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. From Channel 10, this is Eyewitness News with Elliot Rodriguez, Gilda Unruh, Gary Travers with weather, Frank Fort with sports, and the Channel 10 Eyewitness News team.
Good evening. A South Florida neighborhood taking to the streets tonight in a last-ditch effort to save their community. From our Broward Bureau, Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda found out the neighbors are up in arms over a development plan by Florida Power and Light.
It's a quiet area in South Broward, just off Griffin Road. Southwest 30th Avenue is lined with tall trees and well-kept homes. It appears to be the ideal neighborhood.
No one is safe in Broward County. No one should live here. No one should move here. If they can change their 25-year-old plan, no one in Broward County is safe.
These neighbors are angry at Florida Power and Light. They say the Elanco Corporation, a subsidiary of the FP&L Group, bought all the homes on either side of 30th Avenue and now plans to turn the street into a 4-lane access road. They say an individual buyer came into the neighborhood in August and quietly bought 9 lots before residents discovered he was a project manager for Elanco.
The way that they purchased these homes has been on the deceitful side. People were lied to when their homes were bought. They were told that they were for individuals who are going to be living into these homes and having one for their father or one for the great aunt, just various lies throughout the way.
This is the Dania Cutoff Canal. On that side, the north side, Elanco is developing a 275-acre commercial park. On this side is the neighborhood. Residents say if Southwest 30th Avenue is widened and a bridge is built to connect the two areas, it will mean an end to this peaceful atmosphere.
They come through here, there's going to be cement trucks going through here, there's going to be all kinds of trucks and traffic, kids are going to be getting hurt, there's going to be dust and dirt everywhere.
The Broward County Commission still has to approve Elanco's proposal, but these residents have already been through several fights with the county over the expansion of nearby Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International Airport, and they say they don't know who to trust anymore. A commission meeting is set for Tuesday morning to decide the issue. These residents say they will be there. In South Broward, Carlos Granda, Channel 10 Eyewitness News.
He's being called a dangerous doctor who is like a loaded gun. Those comments by the chairman of the Florida Board of Medicine being made about Dr. Arnold Oper. Questionable care and medical bungles are at the heart of the charges made by state officials against the 58-year-old Oper, who last month fought to round up his roaming buffalo. The Miami family practitioner, socialite, and buffalo breeder calls the charges unfair and is vowing to fight the allegations rather than surrender his license. Airlines flying to Latin America and the Caribbean say they're caught between tough federal regulations and drug smugglers. Eastern Airlines says it faces hefty fines if any cocaine is found on its flights. Abraham Azam, Eastern's drug prevention director, says that's unfair because the government only catches 10% of all drugs that are smuggled into the U.S. Azam says it's not right to expect the airlines to be perfect. Elliot?
A trip to the United States ending abruptly tonight for 245 Haitians. Their 60-foot sailboat was interdicted by the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Nantucket last night near the Bahamas. The Haitians were taken aboard a Coast Guard vessel and returned to Port-au-Prince. Immigration officials say the Haitians are leaving Haiti for economic reasons and are not political refugees. Economic pressure being blamed for unrest in Yugoslavia. Officials there say a state of emergency will be imposed if protests over financial hardship and ethnic problems continue. Thousands of protesters taking to the streets today in the southern Republic of Montenegro, demanding the ouster of communist leaders.
More protests in the Israeli-occupied territories. Businesses today closed to mark 10 months of rebellion against Israeli rule. The Israeli army is also making a big sweep, hunting down agitators in 30 Palestinian villages. Hospital officials say one person was killed and 22 others were wounded in fighting today. Another protest aimed at saving the Senator Hotel. The Miami Beach landmark could be demolished as early as tomorrow. Eyewitness News reporter Patty Ode says preservationists haven't given up the fight.
The handful of protesters carried signs and cans of spray paint, drawing attention to the plight of the Senator Hotel in the historic Art Deco district on Miami Beach. Its owners, the Royale Group, hold a demolition permit to tear down the 50-year-old building on Collins Avenue and put up a parking lot. Preservationists say there is a need for more parking in the Deco district, but not at the expense of a landmark.
There is not enough parking indeed, because so many tourists and people are coming to the district. They're coming to the district to see the district, and you don't tear the district down because there'll be nothing left for people to see.
Last week, preservationists saw their year-long fight to save the Senator crumbling as demolition crews prepared to destroy the hotel. In a last-ditch effort, protesters will ask the film industry, including Miami Vice producers, to boycott the Royale Group and stop paying fees to film on Royale properties, 10 hotels in all.
The people who are making money out of the district, like the film companies, don't seem to feel that they have to fight to save the things they're filming. This is a very sad day.
Beachgoers voice conflicting feelings about the beach parking problem.
I would hate to see them tear buildings down. This is, it would ruin the entire area.
We have been down during season and had to park blocks away. So I would approve of one of the hotels being taken down.
Preservationists say they've just about exhausted their legal appeals, except for a long-shot citizen suit they're considering filing later this week. Although they say it's not over till it's over, they admit it'll take a miracle now to save the Senator Hotel. On Miami Beach, Patty Odes, Channel 10, Eyewitness News.
Well, no one had the luck of the draw last night. Nobody had the winning lotto numbers. The $10 million grand prize is being rolled over into next week's drawing, now worth an estimated $18 million.
Coming up next on Eyewitness News, South Floridians turn out to get a close look at the Navy.
Eyewitness News is coming right back.
Sight. Taste. Sound. Smell. All the senses feast at Benihana. As for touch, that's how all those other senses show their appreciation. Benihana, an American classic.
You know what I thoroughly enjoy? Going into a beautiful department store and finding a perfectly marvelous outfit, like this one. I just love this label. And then going straight to Ross and buying the exact same outfit.
Find the exact same clothes that department stores carry for a whole lot less every day at Ross.
I just love it.
Ross has career and casual fashions to fit your style. Get it all now at Ross.
The United States Navy being honored in a week-long series of events, displays, and tours right here in South Florida. The highlight of Navy Appreciation Week, this afternoon's arrival of the battleship USS Iowa. Steaming into Port Everglades, the largest flotilla of warships ever opened for public inspection. The first of 8 ships began arriving Friday, but today all eyes were on the USS Iowa. First commissioned in 1942, the Navy battleship underwent extensive refurbishing and was recommissioned in 1984. The ship and its crew of 1,200 sailors were greeted today by marching bands, dignitaries, and a crowd of thousands.
I'm fascinated, and I'll tell you why. I'm from Colorado, and I've never even seen the ocean until I came to Florida, and now to see a battleship besides is something else.
Most of the 3,000 sailors in port for the event are stationed at Charleston, South Carolina, and Norfolk, Virginia. Many with families will be spending the week in Fort Lauderdale, where officials promise enough activities to keep everyone's interest.
Fort Lauderdale prides itself, I think, as being the greatest Navy town anywhere in the United States.
I think it's really great. And being a former Marine, part of the Navy, I really appreciate it.
We should do more. These are the guys we got to take care of. They take care of us, right?
The ships participating in Navy Appreciation Week include the USS Iowa, one of 4 battleships in the Navy's fleet, the USS San Jacinto, a recently christened Aegis-guided missile cruiser, the USS Tatnall and USS Scott, both guided missile destroyers, the USS Kaufman, a guided missile frigate, the USS Donald B. Berry, a fast frigate specifically designed to detect and destroy enemy submarines, the USS Avenger, the first of a new class of minesweepers, and the USCGC Vigilant, a Coast Guard cutter. All ships will be open for public visitations throughout the week. The tours from noon until 6 p.m. are aboard different ships each day.
Just ahead, highlights of the American League playoffs.
And the Bengals remain the NFL's only unbeaten team. Frank Sports next, right here on Eyewitness News.
It's happening now. The great crab harvest of '88 at Red Lobster. King crab from icy Alaskan waters. Steamy, succulent. Delicate snow crab to dip, drip, and savor. And get your first taste of our sweet, meaty Pacific Dungeness. We've created 6 crab and seafood combinations starting at $7.95. They're here now, and only at Red Lobster. Friday through Sunday, it's our weekend special. Steak and shrimp, just $9.95.
Here are the 2 remaining candidates for insurance commissioner, Ken Jenney and Tom Gallagher. Both have been legislators, but Tom Gallagher has also run Florida's Department of Professional Regulation. Jenney favors using your taxes to finance political campaigns. Gallagher is absolutely against that. On the Tallahassee newspaper test on the insurance commissioner's job, Jenney got a 37 and flunked. Gallagher got 84 and passed with flying colors. Tom Gallagher, an insurance commissioner for the people.
We saw it right here, the Oakland A's in 4 straight ones.
They're on the way to the series.
That's right.
Can't do it any quicker than they did. The Oakland Athletics, they have it all. Power, speed, and pitching. They were looking for the sweep of the Boston Red Sox in Game 4 of the American League Championship Series this afternoon in Oakland. And those Sox fans in California, they were getting ready to be swept. Jose Canseco, there's the target. Can he hit it? Well, I don't know how close he came, but he put it over the fence, and that is good enough. The home run here gets the Athletics off to a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the 3rd, Dave Henderson with a double down the line. That'll score Walt Weiss. The Athletics up over the Red Sox by a score of 2-0. In the bottom of the 8th, the Red Sox had narrowed it to 2-1. Mark McGuire lines a hit up the middle. That'll score Canseco 3-1 Oakland. Dennis Eckersley comes on to get his 4th save in 4 games. That sets a new American League Championship Series record. Oakland wins it by a score of 4-1. They are on their way to the World Series. Los Angeles pitcher Jay Howell, who was caught with pine tar on his glove during yesterday's 3rd game of the National League Championship Series, has been suspended for 3 days by League President Bartlett Giamatti. Howell would be eligible only to pitch on Game 7 Wednesday if the series goes that far. Game 4 of the series tonight at 8 o'clock with the Mets leading 2-1. You can see it here on Channel 10. The Dolphins playing the Raiders on the West Coast, where they've never beaten the Raiders. They are making a bid to do so today. Miami got a touchdown run from Troy Stratford, a fumble return touchdown by Lifford Hobley. They lead the Raiders 24-7 in the 3rd period. We'll have the highlights at 11. One unbeaten team left in the NFL, the Cincinnati Bengals, who've had the talent the past few years, but always found a way to squander football games. Against the Jets this afternoon, New York jumped out to a 9-0 lead with the help of this sack by Marty Lyons on Boomer Esiason for a safety. Esiason completed 10 of 20 passes, but boy, did he get mileage out of those completions. He goes for the big one, deep to former Hurricane Eddie Brown, who grabs it and scores from 60 yards. Brown had 2 touchdown catches. Late in the 2nd period, you know, Sam Weiss, his job was on the line last year. All of a sudden, he's a genius. His team is 6-0. Late in that 2nd period, Esiason, 38 yards. Tim McGee makes the grab. 19-12 Bengals. The Jets came back to tie the game up at 19-all on this pass from Ken O'Brien, 11 yards out to Al Toon, who finds his way into the end zone. But Bengals rookie Ickey Woods, I love that name. He may be the steal of the draft. Scores from 5 and 17 yards out. The Bengals 36-19 winners. Cincinnati is 6-0. In Cleveland, quarterback Mike Pagel dislocated his shoulder, the third Browns quarterback to be hurt this season. That meant Don Strock, the longtime Dolphin who was signed as a free agent with Cleveland, saw his first action. Strock 12 of 21, but suffered a key end zone interception by Seattle's Melvin Jenkins. The Seahawks' Norm Johnson came on and kicked 3 field goals as Seattle wins at 16-10. They go to 4-2 on the season. Elsewhere on the scoreboard, Buffalo's Jim Kelly, 3 touchdown passes. The Bills beat the Colts. Green Bay wallops New England. Brett Fullwood had 3 touchdowns. Houston over Kansas City, 7-6. The Washington Redskins seem to have found their quarterback of the future. In Dallas, Mark Rippon hits a wide-open Gary Clark from 13 yards to tie the game at 7-all. Second quarter, Rippon over the middle to running back Kelvin Bryant, who takes a hard lick in the end zone but hangs on for the touchdown. You know, it would have taken King Kong probably to knock Bryant out of this game. He had 114 yards rushing, 82 receiving, and scored 3 touchdowns as the Redskins beat Dallas for the 4th straight time. Final there, Washington 35-17, Chicago over Detroit. The Rams have lost just once this year as they whitewash Atlanta. Minnesota edges Tampa Bay. Phoenix Cardinals in the third quarter leading the Steelers. San Francisco by a touch over Denver in the third, and New Orleans over San Diego by 6 in the third. The Florida Gators learned today that star running back Emmitt Smith could be out of action 4 to 6 weeks. The sophomore running back suffered a severely sprained left knee in yesterday's loss to Memphis State. The extent of the injury was not known until an examination this morning. Smith was held to 89 yards in the game, ending a streak of 8 straight 100-yard efforts. And that's all the time we have for sports. We'll see you tonight at 11. Gilda?
Thanks, Frank. Well, still ahead, Gary says our weather is taking a walk on the mild side.
His forecast is next on Eyewitness News.
Shop Winn-Dixie through Wednesday for early week specials. Get in the mood for steak. Winn-Dixie's own WD brand U.S. Choice sirloin steak is a low $2.99 a pound. Super brand ice cream is just 99 cents a half gallon. Plus, save double with coupons every day. And we'd like to know what you think of our stores. Pick up a card and grade us.
Your choice for low prices.
Winn-Dixie, America's supermarket.
Come on, come on.
The cost of medical liability insurance for doctors who deliver babies can be as much as $200,000 a year in Florida. Almost half the doctors who deliver babies have stopped because of irresponsible multi-million-dollar lawsuits. Amendment 10 is the answer to the health care crisis. Vote yes on 10. Time for weather, so let's go to Gary Travers at the map. Gary?
All right, Elliot, that nice change that we noticed in the weather yesterday is still with us again today. We can't really call it cooler temperatures, but we will call it milder temperatures. And it looks like these afternoon readings in the low to mid-80s will continue with us for the next couple of days, so more nice mild weather coming up. And on our continuous satellite loop here, we can see the big weather system that brought the milder temperatures to us and also an early season nor'easter to New England yesterday. There goes the front now through the southern Bahamas, still raining there now and will be again tomorrow. And there's what's left of the system up to the north, the low pressure area moving out into the Atlantic now, but still plenty of backwash up here over the northeast. Let's zoom in now on that part of the country and get a closer look at the northeastern parts of the nation. And still some snow falling beneath these clouds, mixing with rain, snowing hard and 17 degrees this afternoon at Mount Washington. But you can see it has cleared up nicely from Boston down through New York and into Philadelphia. Look at these record lows this morning, 28 there at Hartford. Look at New York City at Central Park, 37 degrees. That is too cold for this time of the year, but incredibly, Tallahassee was 38 degrees, only 1 degree warmer for a temperature this morning. Very strange, and the only temperature that cold anywhere in Florida early this morning. Everybody else like in the 50s and the 60s. Low temperatures across the tropical area this morning. Look, 69 at Freeport. They too are behind the front now in the cloud cover, helping to cool things down. 69 was the low there. 73 at San Juan, 77 at Freeport. And there you see the other low temperatures this morning around the tropical area. All right, boaters, tomorrow the wind from the east at 10 knots, the seas 2 to 4 feet, and the bay waters with a light chop. That wind is going to die down from its rather breezy level of today. Our next tide in Miami will be a high at 8:11 tonight, followed by a low at 2:22 in the morning. There's sunrise and sunset. Tonight, breezy, mild, slight chance of a shower, low temperature near 70 degrees. That is about 5 degrees less warm than what it usually is this time of the year. Then Monday and Tuesday, we're going to continue with some pretty nice weather like what we had this weekend, and it's going to stay mild with the highs only in the mid-80s. That's our weather. Elliot?
Thanks, Gary, and that'll do it for us.
For Elliot, Gary, Frank, and the rest of the Eyewitness News team, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned now for ABC's World News Sunday. Good night.
If you see news in the making, call the Channel 10 Eyewitness News tip line. In Dade, 576 News. In Broward, 565 News.
Hello, I'm Eddie Albert. Today I'm taking part in a discussion with people who, like me, wear bell-tone hearing aids. Now, if you've been told you have nerve deafness or have trouble understanding conversation, listen to what these folks have to say.
My wife would get mad at me because I'd tell her to repeat herself.
I've had other hearing aids, and there was a lot of background noise with them, but not with the bell tones.
Being able to hear my own voice enabled me to project from the pulpit better.
It opened up a whole brand new, beautiful world.
Hearing aids, like this tiny bell-tone petite, the one I wear, have brought renewed meaning and enrichment to our lives. If you have a hearing problem, do what these people did. Call Bell-Tone right now and enjoy your life to its very fullest.
Call toll-free 1-800-453-9000 and receive Bell-Tone's free guide to better hearing. That's 1-800-453-9000.
Eye on Crime, now Monday night at 8, only on 10.
From ABC News, World News Sunday, here's Sam Donaldson.
Good evening. The government of Yugoslavia today threatened to impose martial law throughout the country if that becomes necessary to halt the growing insurrection against the central government. Demonstrations are occurring daily against the communist leadership in several Yugoslav republics, particularly in Montenegro and Bosnia. Demonstrations, as John Lawrence reports, that could threaten the very existence of the nation.
The fragile fabric of national unity is unraveling in Yugoslavia tonight after another day of demonstrations and protests. Tonight, the Yugoslav president went on national television to threaten a state of emergency if disturbances continue. Soldiers and police patrolled the streets of Titograd today after violent clashes with demonstrators